Why did you blame Victorians on the day you were announcing stage 4 lockdown?
I didn't do any such thing.
Oh my God, this one is way too good not to show you. Today there was one journalist who I believe is from Sky News. She grilled Daniel Andrews on the exact thing we've been talking about for ages. I'm going to give you the highlights so you don't have to watch the whole thing, where there's two clips where she cornered him. And imagine my shock, he lied through his teeth. Then I'm going to share with you the proof that he was lying. So watch it through to the end and share it when you're done, because everyone deserves to know what a straight up liar this Premier is.
Why did you blame Victorians on the day you were announcing stage 4 lockdown?
I didn't do any such thing. And
But
if you...
did say each of us know someone who has not
Yeah.
been following the rules as well as they
Yep.
should have, and you did use the word that you were frustrated that such a large majority of people were not following the rules. So I understand that you don't like the question, but there is a valid point that you were blaming Victorians.
No, there's
at some
not a
point
question
during
of
this
whether I
pandemic.
like the question or not. That's completely irrelevant and not necessarily accurate.
Not necessarily accurate, come on mate. You've blamed Victorians so many times I've lost count. But here, let's watch a few snippets of you blaming us.
Half of all of our new cases have come from family to family transmission. And I want to give you a couple of examples of the sort of conduct, the sort of behaviour that we have seen. And I'm frustrated by it, I'm disappointed by it, but it's appropriate that we be really upfront and describe it so people can understand what's driving these numbers. It's not over. Pretending that it is will simply make a difficult situation into a tragic set of circumstances. I think every Victorian knows that. And whilst, it's always a difficult balance, Rich, when you see some people that aren't doing the right thing, then you have to call that out. A number of people who are waiting too long between when they first get symptoms and when they present for a test, and then a number of people, around half, who once they've had their test taken are not isolating at home. They're still going shopping, going to work before they get their test result. We continue to see, particularly in aged care, and I think it is fundamentally incorrect to assert that there was hundreds of ADF staff on offer.
Game over, Danny boy. Your time's up now, mate. There's no one left to blame. It's become evident that you caused this second wave with 99% of cases linked back to your hotel quarantine debacle. Bless that journalist today who wasn't letting you get away with your blatant lies anymore.
Premier, 3 days before you announced stage 4 lockdown, you made a big part of your press conference that 1 in 4 Victorians who were meant to be self-isolating were not found to be at home. Most of those cases were referred to Victoria Police. This was very concerning for a lot of people to hear.
Sure.
It turns out that less than 1% of Victorians were actually breaching self-isolation rules. So was it irresponsible of you to jump to conclusions and let Victorians believe that far more people were breaching self-isolation and potentially spreading this virus when that was not the case?
I think you've answered your question in the way you framed it. I indicated they weren't at home.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, mate. Of course, Dan. He just indicated they weren't at home. Let's watch what you actually said that day.
Disappointingly, I have to inform you that there were more than 130 unsuccessful visits, so around 1 in 4 people cannot be found at home. There'll be a multitude of reasons for that, but what I can confirm for you is that more than 100 cases have been referred to Victoria Police. It is simply unacceptable for you to have this virus and not be at home. If you're out doing other things, there may be a handful who are out getting some fresh air. That does not explain these numbers. These numbers go well and truly beyond anything like that.
Bit awkward there, mate. Too bad. Those press conferences are all filmed, recorded, and being disappointed and calling it simply unacceptable that 1 in 4 was breaking the rules by being out is certainly not the same thing as just indicating they weren't home. Your fake news was the lead story for 24 hours around the country. You were clearly lining up another group to blame, but you're being caught out again. The frustrating thing is I can guarantee you the mainstream media won't run this footage. I had to pull it from their live feeds on social media. Only Sky News will give it a proper run. So it's up to every single one of you to share the hell out of it. If you support the work we do here at TR News and you want to ensure we continue to bring you the stories and ask the tough questions the mainstream media refuse to, please consider supporting us financially at tr.news/support. Because unlike the fake news, we don't answer to government or corporate interests. We are 100% viewer funded, making us accountable only to the truth. So again, tr.news/support now.